Welcome back, fellow warriors, to the stage of history. My name is Cosmo Jazz, and today we're going to be reacting to the death battle of Sonic the Hedgehog versus Kill la Kill, Shadow versus Ryuko. Now, I have to say something before we get started. I originally wasn't going to do any death battles on the channel for the sheer fact of when I did them last time on my original channel, it did not go out so well. Long story short, a lot of people didn't like the way I said things about Ben 10, and all I got was really hate and flack for that video, which made me think that the community could possibly be pretty toxic. Now, that being said, I thought I'd give it another shot because I do like Shadow the Hedgehog, and I do eventually want to get around to Kill la Kill. So, I guess it'd be a good starting point for Kill la Kill, I guess, in this way. Maybe, maybe not, who knows. But, with that being said, I'm automatically going to go for Shadow, because that's the one I know the most, and despite what people may think about him being edgy and stuff, he is kind of my boy when it comes to the Sonic the Hedgehog series. I'm not going to lie to you. Bum 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 bum. Alright, let's set up some lore first. It's also very hot in my room.
Powerhouse of chaos and rival to
Might need to actually turn the air on.
The teen fighter in life fiber from Kill la Kill.
They both may be try-hard incarnate, but when the chips are down, who is the deadliest edgelord of them all?
He's
Low.
Whiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Ooh, they're going back to 2D sprites.
Dr. Gerald Robotnik, grandfather to the Dr. Eggman we all know, had a problem. His granddaughter, Maria, was dying, succumbing to a neuroimmunity disease with no known cure.
But old Jerry had a plan. When the government contacted him to build the ultimate life form, he figured its DNA could cure Maria no problem. So he took the job, and by studying the infinite power of Chaos Emeralds, with some alien assistance, he made the one and only Shadow the Hedgehog. Wait, did the government commission him, or was it Hot Topic?
Better question,
Lol.
since when were hedgehogs ultimate disease-curing life forms? I mean, Gerald's prototype was a lizard, which sort of makes sense as certain reptiles have regenerative tissue, but then he went from this to a hedgehog. Okay?
Gotta heal fast.
Lizard, hedgehog,
Gotta heal
squirrel,
fast.
all that matters is he's super badass looking, super badass sounding, and is super powered by chaos.
I've always liked Shadow over Sonic, I'm sorry.
Directly tied to those of the Miracle Gems, Chaos Emeralds. He can tap into their power for incredible feats, similar to his Blue Blur rival. Likely for this very reason, he actually possesses many of the same abilities as Sonic.
You know, the guy who's so fast he can almost outrun a black hole?
Spin attacks, homing attacks, spin dashes, etc.
But unlike his blue buddy,
Limited
Shadow's
flight,
not afraid
boost
to get serious and
capabilities,
bust out some lead.
inhibitor
Hey,
rings,
Sonic, why use a spin attack when you've got a goddamn gun or a sword?
heat barrier, invincible barrier.
He's used some of the same power-ups that Sonic's picked up, like heat barriers and magnetic lightning shields. But he also has some unique gear all of his own.
Air
Shoes are way
shoes.
cooler than Sonic's sneakers. They can boost his speed to match Sonic's and also let him fly, kind of. He's even got some gear attached that lets him.
That always was kind of weird to me when you would just fucking zip out of there. It's like, why are you running this course when you can just go?
The might of chaos itself. Even without an emerald on hand, Shadow can summon similar powers.
Chaos
manifesting attacks
control.
like Black Tornado, Chaos Blast, or the deadly Chaos Spear.
But even though they totally asked for Dark Jerry to make Shadow, the feds got spooked and tried to shut down the project. And that's when things went bad. Like, really bad.
Oh shit.
Shadow was successfully sealed away, but in the crossfire, a life was lost. Maria.
Locked up and super pissed off, Shadow had plenty of time to work on his angsty poetry, and Jerry had time to give him fake memories and a need for revenge against all humanity. Wiz, you think we're ever gonna find a scientist who doesn't go totally bonkers?
I mean, what about me?
Okay.
Well, since Maria was Shadow's only real friend, revenge seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, I kind of like this music.
Problem considering just how powerful he is.
He can teleport, slow down, or even stop time, and even time traveled a bit.
Let me know if this is from like the Shadow the Hedgehog game. Only played it very briefly.
Which can actually affect his abilities. With negative emotion, his raw power intensifies. With positive emotion, he gains more control. But when it comes down to it, the government may have been right to worry. Shadow possesses so much power, even he can't always control it.
Chaos powers are crazy. Sonic once used all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds to literally rebuild the Earth.
This is why Shadow wears inhibitor rings, which limit how much chaos energy he can release at once. When he does remove them, what he loses in control is made up for by a massive increase in power, enough to match that of a whole Chaos Emerald. What are you looking at?
Is that do you have a ring on your robot arm?
It
No.
was a gift?
Cool. Well, good luck with that. All the rings I've given out to people always get sent back eventually. Anyway,
Damn.
He had so powerful, he
I slightly felt that.
entire space colony and even a giant asteroid. Plus, he's held back this huge space plant monster.
And of course, tapping into the power of additional Chaos Emeralds.
Survived the destruction of
increases
planet
his power to
Aquarius.
unbelievable
Defeated
heights.
Black
By
Doom.
doing a tango with all 7, he can turn into Super Shadow. Now,
Yo, this part
this form can't stick around
and like Sonic Adventure 2 battle,
He's got super enhanced
lit.
abilities, is basically invulnerable, and
like I used to like
Shadows not only survive being
when I was
on the
like
planet,
very
he's
young
just
and I had like the
Sonic, who
not
survived
Dreamcast,
the space
the
station
GameCube.
exploding right
Before I would go to school, every time I would literally play that part
He and Super Sonic
at the very end where they were all super and going through it, like quickly going through as fast as I could,
exciton of TNT.
because I just enjoyed that part so much.
explain. All this happened because after 50 years of Shadow being trapped, Eggman himself released him to conquer the world. Sonic and crew had to stop him from destroying all mankind, but really, he's so fast he'd wreck anyone's shit before they'd notice.
Shadow has dodged gunfire and destroyed enemies without being seen, but his light speed attacks are stated as being exactly that, light speed. Almost 3 million meters per second.
So Shadow's super strong and super fast. Makes sense he's a formidable enemy to just about anyone.
Lucky for our heroes, they inspired Shadow to regain his memories of Maria, who actually wanted him to protect humanity instead of, destroy it.
He may have softened up,
Even though they
but
killed her.
always be the edgy hedgehog we love to hate to love.
Understood. Initiating the mission now.
I kind of wish they put that whole like faker.
Thousands of years ago, aliens
Like that's like one of my
known as
favorite lines he like
lifefighters
says. It's
crashed
so
Earth.
weird.
These parasites attached themselves to the most intelligent species they could find, humans.
And they even got humans to make them into clothes so it was easier for them to live on us.
Now that much I knew about. Like their clothes are what gives them power.
Anyway, the life fibers helped humans evolve more quickly and soon just passively survived as humanity developed. But some weren't content with such passivity, like Ryuko, who had access to the original primordial life fiber that landed on Earth so long ago.
And humans are gonna human.
Interesting.
So she and her husband experimented on that sucker like nobody's business.
They attempted to infuse fibers into both of their daughters. Their first daughter was too old for the experiment to be a success, and it appeared that their infant second daughter was also a failure, so Ryuko just threw her away.
Well, damn.
She threw away her baby? Kinda reminds me of how my dad just threw away
Damn.
our relationship.
Also, I know you're probably saying like these are massive spoilers. I'm probably not gonna remember all of this by the time I get to Kill la Kill. I still got all of JoJo's and stuff to go through.
Raised this daughter himself. This is Ryuko.
Yeah, things were okay for a while, but it wasn't a picnic at the Matoi household. Ryuko and Ishin didn't always get along, so he shipped her off to boarding school to find other people there instead of him. When she finally came home, she found dear old dad bleeding out, impaled by a weird-looking sword.
This was the first half of what would become her signature weapon, the scissor blades.
Ooh.
In Ishin's last moments, he urged Ryuko to find whoever wielded the other half of the weapon, the one who killed him.
Ryuko might not have known it, but the scissor blades were created by her father out of life fibers.
They're actually one of the only weapons that can cut and destroy life fibers, which is important when your opponents
Whoa.
are all using, life fibers.
I would say we take a shot every time we say life fibers.
Now I have seen that in a
You
meme.
definitely die, Wiz. And do not try that at home. Anyway, with the quest of revenge and half a scissor blade, she started hunting down her father's killer. But she couldn't do it by herself, so she found a skimpy sailor suit to help her out. Yeah, here's that fan service thing I was telling you about.
This is Senketsu, a living suit made from life fibers, also known as a kamui. Now, there's plenty of clothing out there made with some life fiber, but a kamui like Senketsu is unique in that it's made of 100% life fiber. And yes, I said living suit.
Wait, Ryuko! These assassins can't hear me!
Oh, that feels
Nice. Yeah, that's not
The fuck?
creepy at all.
Not just anyone can wear Senketsu, as they have to successfully bond with him for the process to work. Lucky for Ryuko, she absolutely could, in no small part thanks to the life fibers infused within her body when she was an infant.
See, Mom, you trash person, it did work. And when she and Senketsu learned how to work together, there wasn't much that could stand in their way. He's more than just a sailor outfit.
As a life fiber construct, Senketsu can absorb other life fibers to increase his own power.
Yeah, this shows a
allowing
lot
him
more
to
loot than I
transform to
expected.
gain new abilities.
His Senjin form makes him super spiky, and his Shifu form turns Ryuko into a badass fighting rocket.
He's also able to combine both the Senjin and Shifu forms for more versatility. Admittedly, though, each of these transformations
I'm liking the
comes at a cost
transformations.
for Ryuko, as they're fueled
Senjin.
by Senketsu consuming her blood. This is most dangerous in his Berserker form that occurs when Ryuko gets too
Goddamn.
upset and Senketsu loses control. If not stopped in time, she could die from too much blood loss.
But most impressive is when Ryuko straight up goes flying Super Saiyan and Senketsu turns into his Kisaragi form. It's way more powerful and uses even more of her blood. What's the deal? Is Senketsu a vampire?
Well, a popular theory suggests that it's all a metaphor for puberty. Senketsu pulling out Ryuko's blood is symbolic of menstruation, and the skimpier outfits visualize acceptance of sexuality and adulthood.
What
Except
the
she's a teenager who already went through puberty?
Wiz, do you have a daughter?
No.
I thought so. At least having life fiber DNA
Okay.
has crazy abilities on top of Senketsu's transformations.
Life fibers and
Insane
they're
super fast
similar to the
healing.
transformers.
Basically, life fibers restore themselves
Okay, cool.
so quickly that Ryuko's body starts regenerating before a blade has finished cutting through her. Unless someone is quick enough to cut through her body before this regeneration begins, she can survive almost
Damn,
anything.
that's
She's been
hardcore.
stabbed and sliced tons of times, including completely in half, and even had her heart ripped out of her chest. Can we get this chick as the next guest character in Mortal Kombat?
I know, right?
Taking basically anybody these days, so
Her strength is incredible.
Working,
At one point, she had to blast a hole through a layer
flew
of
into
life
space
fibers
and
surrounding the
speed.
entire planet. Life fibers are stated to be harder than solid steel, so to pull this off, she must have struck with a force equivalent to over 650 exatons of TNT.
which means she'd be able to take a hit that strong too. But with all these powers and more, Ryuko finally found her father's killer.
And completed the rending scissors.
These swords can casually cut through skyscrapers and have some super forms of their own. Decapitation mode extends the blades for better slicing and dicing, while alumni mode.
I did not expect this show to be this kind of like graphically hardcore.
Next to Ryuko, one scissor blade is normally about 2.5 feet long. Scaling up, the alumni mode appears to be about 1,017 times larger, weighing well over 3 million tons.
Goddamn.
If you have a pair of normal scissors at home, imagine lifting 50 billion of those all at once. That's what this is like.
She can slice through 200 tennis balls 5 times each in less than a second, which us in the scientifically community call fast as f.
Or 8,000 times faster than sound. And she rocketed into the atmosphere in less than 18 seconds, which means her flying speed can reach Mach 500.
Wait. Why is everyone naked?
Ryuko may not have had the easiest upbringing, but after dedicating herself to revenge for so long, and yet saving the entire planet, she had become something unexpected. A hero.
Let's go! I'm gonna slice your ass in half!
Interesting.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, Shadow and Ryuko are always ready to perform, and make sure you are with Blue Chew.
Okay, we're gonna be skipping that blue shoe thing, but one thing unless I completely missed it, one thing that I feel like they didn't mention was Shadow's durability versus like Ryuko's, which they went completely on, which I think is going to be a huge factor in this whole section of the fight, because I feel like Shadow's speed is going to be kind of the thing that gives him the edge, because they did say like Mach 5 and stuff and whatnot, right? But he's still like faster than light with his light shoes. So, but then she's so fast with that giant ass sword. So maybe she could clip him maybe a couple of times and that'll be it for our boy. But then again, he has the shadow. He has the super ability of the super shadow, even though it's like limited. to his character. I think I'm still gonna stick with Shadow on this one, even though I think Ryuko in this fight is kind of insane. I do think his speed and some of his powers will win out in the end. But I will not be surprised if for some reason they say that her kind of swinging thing, whoever, is just enough to get him, and maybe his durability isn't just as strong as hers. Plus, I do think that that whole running out of blood thing, I wonder if that will run out faster than anything that Shadow has. Because, I mean, the whole human body can only last so long before, you know, then again, I haven't seen the show, so I don't know how long that kind of thing kind of lasts in the show. But I'm going with Shadow. And if I'm wrong, which I wanted to try to do it the other time I did it, if I'm wrong, I'm going to actually try to do maybe a little punishment. Which, if you have one in the chat, let me know. But I'm thinking maybe doing a little shot of hot sauce or something like that. But yeah, let's see if I'm right. Hopefully I'm right. Alright, let's do it. Let's go, Shadow!
Hey! You cut me off, asshat!
Who cares?
Ryuko,
That voice.
maybe we should...
Oh, yeah?
So that's how they start the fight, huh? Oh, goddamn. Interesting. And see that right there. That's what I was thinking, that maybe she gets a lucky hit. Nice. And can she deal with that kind of abilities is another thing. Because he literally has time stopping powers.
Anticipating you. You should anticipate him instead.
No shit, stupid! Let's get faster!
There goes the rocket mode.
Aw, did your mommy pack that sword for you?
Careful, that hurts.
Have a little faith!
So now we're getting into her regenerative powers now. We still haven't gotten to like the super forms yet.
Behold my power.
Never mind.
Kisaragi!
There is a saying that if the other, one person does their super form first, that's probably an L. There's the line. Let's go, Shadow! This is what I was worried about. The fact she can move these kind of things so fast. Inhibitors.
Chaos blast.
And that should be it. She has come back from some ridiculous stuff, but that should be it.
I'm the coolest.
Let's go!
We made fun of how little clothing Ryuko was wearing, but Shadow's been naked the whole time.
Armed
Really?
with sentience, scissor blades, and her life fiber buffs, Ryuko
Let's
was
go.
a match for Shadow at first.
Yeah, with her awesome strength combined with her insane endurance, Space Form Shadow was in a lot of trouble. But even then, it wasn't a surefire win for the Rocket Chick.
Outside of his super form, Shadow never withstood anything on the scale of Ryuko's hole in the life fibers surrounding Earth.
That's what I was saying. Like, they didn't really go over his durability a lot.
Killing blow if she could catch him. Shadow could keep up with Sonic the Hedgehog, whose race against the black hole
Too fast.
can move over 260,000 times faster than sound. Far faster than anything Ryuko's shown, and more than quick enough to slice through a life fiber before it has time to heal.
Once the red and black Hedgehog turned red and gold, Ryuko didn't really have a way to take him down. I mean, Super Shadow's Chaos powers use all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which can move pieces of the Earth around.
Considering Earth's total mass and the speed at which each piece was moved, this would require exerting energy equivalent to 1.6 decillion joules.
Them numbers, though.
Which translates to over 2,800 zetatons of TNT.
That's
Right over my head.
a lot more than Ryuko's biggest hits. Even 1 Chaos Emerald is enough to match Ryuko's best. And considering Shadow can match the power of an emerald when he takes off those inhibitors, he had better odds of winning even without.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't realize, like, when I said that he didn't take off his inhibitors yet.
Shadow's unmatched power and speed proved too much for Our Lady in black and red.
Hey, he's pretty beat up about it too. Do you know what he said when he was asked what his favorite anime is?
I like the one with the edgy girl and the scissor blade.
Bruh.
It's canon. No, really.
In clothing, the edge
Wait,
couldn't be
is that serious?
Ryuko's life
Does he really like Kill la Kill as his favorite?
The winner is Shadow the Hedgehog.
I know there's like always been kind of like fan arts and stuff, but is that really
Stay tuned.
real?
We'll be jumping into the next matchup next week, but you can always get more Death Battle right now by clicking one of those boxes right over there and by downloading the battle music link down below.
Did I just get spoiled on the okay Lex Luthor? Ooh, Doctor Doom. Interesting. Huh. Just off of a general consistency on that, I want to say that Doom would take that. I mean, as we all know, DC has always been ridiculous when it comes to its characters. But I don't know. I think Doom could take Lex. I don't know. I'm actually looking forward to that one because it's a battle of geniuses. But I was right. I called it. Although, as I would like to say with anything that comes to Death Battle, I know that there's some people that come out and be like, well, actually, and then it's just like all the stuff that they got wrong and blah, 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 and so forth. Goku versus Superman. We all know the vibes. But if you had chosen Ryuko, tell me why down in the chat below. In the comment section below. And tell me if they got something wrong, or if they got everything right, or if they got things wrong but it would still end up the same. And who did you go in with before you saw the Death Battle? No punishment for me this time, but I still would like to have some people tell me in the chat what would you like me to do if I do lose one. Because I do want to kind of keep these things going as long as the community is not as toxic as they were before with the Ben 10 one. But yeah. And as always, ask yourself this one question. Does your soul still burn? Bye guys, I just realized I messed up my intro. Have a blessed day. Money and the city that I'm from. I'll stay until I feel it.